G'day, welcome to Mind Your Buzzness. I'm Andy G. Thanks again for joining me. So, a few things I need to do in this episode. I'm going to add another brood box because space is a premium in there. They're starting to run out, so I'm going to add another box with 10 frames, and we'll move a couple of frames as well, so we'll go through that. Plus, checking the honey super again to make sure that they're filling that out nicely, but moving some of the empty frames more into the middle so that they can fill them all out. It's going to be an exciting one. As well, on top of that is I've got to do a little bit of maintenance for the area too, get the grass cut and just generally tidy it up a little bit, just for my own satisfaction. Also, there's a fair bit of old trees and offcuts from some recent clearing in the stream nearby, so there's a good water source for the bees. But in order to just move some of that, those offcuts, I'm going to need a tractor. Have you seen one? It's a bit tidier. It's lucky I don't really ask for much payment other than a bit of honey. And they've got just the goods. Looks a bit more respectable now, eh? Right, so it's a relatively big day today in the grand scheme of things because I am adding a brand new box, a brand new brood box to the hive because I've decided that, yeah, they're looking for a bit more space in there. The queen needs it. The colony is growing insanely quickly. So I'm going to give them a bit more space because, you know, it's good for them to grow and it will take away any desire to swarm or disappear from the hive. So I will load these in, brand new frames, which I do prefer the plastic ones, but I mean I'm happy with the wooden ones, but I just don't have the means at this stage to put the foundation, like the wax sheets, into the wooden ones. But these ones are great because they are plastic, but these ones, they come with a little bit of wax foundation on them already, which is nice. But this is also the reason why I collect up the burr comb, which we'll be doing in this episode as well. So there's lots of burr comb there that I have scraped off. What I can do is melt that down and use that to brush onto any other frames that I have, or if I'm reusing frames from the hive. So there it is, 10 frames in this box. What I will do though is when I do put it on the hive, I'll swap out a couple of these for some open brood frames, if you like, and I'll put the queen in there as well to encourage some of the bees to move up, but we'll cover that shortly. So everything was going super perfectly today up until this moment. Now I'm going to have to go in raw without a smoker today, which I think will be okay because the hive looks super chill. But my blowtorch lighter has lost its ability to light, and I've got a lighter which has no flint. I've borrowed my wife's car today, which has no cigarette lighter. So, yeah. Oh, look at this nicely mown grass, isn't it great? So, we're going to check the super first. And what I'd like to do is move a couple of the frames around, some of the ones that aren't filled out, and move them into the middle so that the bees can just start drawing more on the more empty frames. I mean, they are doing insanely well. In just the last couple of days, they've added all this to the lid. and they're really getting into these, all of these frames in here. So these middle ones are super full. So let's just yank one out and just have a quick look. I'm going to get rid of a lot of this burr comb as well, because the burr comb just encourages them to build really untidy combs, so I want to encourage them not to do that and try and keep it on the straight and narrow. That is a super heavy frame, absolutely chock full of honey. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. These girls are something else, aren't they? Beautiful. Yeah, so you see there's like a gash there. So down in there you can see, potentially, there's a little bit of rough comb there, so we're going to have to try and clean that out to try and encourage these bees to, as I said, just do a bit of a tidier job of building that comb. So what I'm going to do is that fuller frame, I'm going to just move maybe the middle three to the outside and move these emptier ones in. And these frames are actually stuck at the bottom to the queen excluder, so there's a bit more comb to have to clean out down there too. Bit of a crack. Look at that, isn't that stunning? So yeah, as I say, a little bit of burr comb there to get rid of. These frames are super built out. How good. We'll be harvesting some honey this summer, which I didn't expect. I did not expect at all. So the bees now, because I've pulled the lid off, it's exposed a bit of honey. They're just having a cheeky wee bit of lunch. Beautiful. Okay, that frame there's looking good too. So what I'll do now is I'll move these outer frames in. This one here looks pretty full, this one here looks full. So I'll move the outer frames into the middle so they can work on those. Just takes a little bit of manipulation because they're so stuck down. Right. So as you can see here, there's quite a bit of burr comb. So what I'll do is I'll get rid of this stuff. I mean, it's got honey in it. How beautiful is that? Stunning. So there's a wasp there. Get rid of you. Bloody wasps. So I've got my burr comb container here, and I am going to have to scrape some of this burr comb off here. It's a shame I can't light my smoker. Sorry girlies, I'm going to have to remove this comb. Just shake them off it. Oops. Yep, I'm sorry. Actually, I've got a bee brush. I might do a better job with that. Bee brush is probably the next best thing without a smoker. Nice soft brush just to clear them. I'm sorry, I know it sucks. I know. I am going to have to get rid of this comb. Same with these ones too. This is really going to piss them off. Beautiful, beautiful honey in there. And sorry girlies, we're going to have to scrape this stuff off here. Okay, so tidied that one up a bit, and as you can see, it's not very drawn out yet. So that will become one of my new middle frames. It doesn't sit very well at the moment because there's heaps of, you can see down in there, on top of the queen excluder, there's lots more comb, so I need to scrape that out too. Sorry girly, I'm going to let you go. Off you go. Not terribly happy with me today, and I can appreciate that. Second frame in. Kind of happy with that one. I mean, they're doing their thing there. Might move that one in as well because the other ones are pretty full looking. Do again what I just did. Get rid of this comb. Oh yeah, so that one can do with a little bit more work. Let's just get this comb off as well. Sorry, you girls are doing such a good job, and Andy's coming along and screwing it all up for you. So this is where a smoker would come in handy, Andy. Move this one over. That one there looks, oh yeah, that's got to be in the middle. Put this one in here. I'm just moving quickly in a way so they can just get on with it. These frames are all pretty good. That one there's okay. Oh, that's a nice big heavy one, so they can go on the outside, because I've pretty much done that. That's a heavy one as well, so they can go out there. Move that one there. And this one can go there. Right, and what we'll do, this is going to cause a bit of a ruckus, but I want to get rid of this burr comb here. I'm just got to brush them gently so don't... Unfortunately, sometimes they get a bit squished, and while I aim not to do that, unfortunately it does happen. And I don't take any pride in having to do that. Hey, hop. I take no pride in squishing bees. I'm going to do though is just shake the lid and then scrape off some of this comb. Do it in here today. Like I say, this is where a smoker would come in super duper handy. What I want to do now, I'm just put the lid back on to try and give them some more quiet time. What I want to do is take this box off above the queen excluder, because there's so much burr comb on there I do need to take away, because those frames are just not sitting properly. But getting at the thing is the challenge. And what I want to do is avoid standing on this side at the front of the hive, because that's where they go in and out. Let's place this box on the lid. Okay, so we haven't seen this for a while. It's the queen excluder. It's basically a grid that Her Royal Highness can't get through, but the workers can. And as you can see, they've built quite a bit of comb on it now. Now I'm kind of in a rut because I don't have my smoker, and I've said this about 10 times, but I'm really regretting not having one. But I do want to clean out some of this comb. So actually what I'm going to do is not brush them off, I'm just going to take the excluder off full stop. And I'm going to shake the bees off. Yeah. I know. Yes, I know. They're not happy to see me today. Okay, so that's as clean as I'm really willing to make it. But anyway, what I need to do is I'm going to add that box. As you can see, the colony is massive, and they are going to run out of room so super quickly. So I want to try and make a quick job of this, because obviously it bothers them when I'm here, and I don't really want to bother them too much. So let's crack on and get this hive sealed up with its new box. You know what, to be honest, I may actually use my frame grabber today. So what I want to do here, we'll take a couple of these out. Or maybe those two. Bit of space. I apologise if the video is a bit shaky, because I've bought this new harness for my phone, which is what I'm filming on, and it frees up my hands. I'm just getting used to not being too shaky. Okay, let's grab this frame out. And no, they're not going to like it. So I got the frame grabber. I'd always be careful with these though, because if you loosen your grip a little bit, you can drop the frame. So once the frame's out, I'm just going to grab onto it. What I want to do, ideally, is find my queen. So, in theory, this frame here is an ideal candidate to move into the new box, because there's still quite a bit of open brood on there. Lots of open cells, and there's eggs as well. So obviously Queenie's doing her job. And what this will do is, if I put it in the new box here, is it will encourage the nurse bees to come up into the new box, and they'll come up and just take care of these cells, because that's their job. She's not on that one. But this frame is an ideal candidate for the new box. So that's where it's going to go. So, there you go, first frame in. So they can play in there for a bit. She's not on that frame either. There's a queen cell on there. I wonder if this is the frame that I tried to find in the last episode. Let's have a quick look here. Yeah, so there is that cell that I was looking for last time I was here. This cell here. Yeah. What I want to do is actually get rid of that, because I don't want them making a new queen, or there's nothing in it anyway. So I'll get rid of that. And there's another one there. There's nothing in it though. Give you a good look in there. Hopefully the camera zooms in properly. And you can see down in those cells, right in the middle, is an egg. Now I'm thinking a lot of this frame is hatched out, because I'm pretty certain a lot of it was brood in a previous day. They're looking super healthy anyway. There's lots of pollen, lots of nectar, there's heaps of brood. So they're doing really well. Lots of larvae, lots of eggs. So there's another queen cell there, which I'm going to get rid of. She's got to be on this one, because I haven't found her yet. Oh, there she is. She's in there. See her right there? See if I can point her out to you, because I mean, a bee's a bee, right? If you don't know what you're looking for. Where is she? I'm trying to find her on the phone. There she is. She's kind of making her way through the crowds. There. Right there. See her there with the big golden abdomen? So, she is on form. She's going to go in here. I'm going to put these frames back. What I might actually do here as well is put a frame of honey in here. because I know that these two frames at the end here are actually full of honey. So we'll put one of them in. Yeah, absolutely chocker. There is some serious weight in that. So we're going to stick that in here too. Sorry girlies, there you go. Right. Sorry, there are a few annoyed bees today, and I can appreciate that. Kind of just coming in and stepping on their parade. Right. So we're going to stick a new frame here. Put this frame back in here as well. Push them flat. Put that one there. Push that one in. Ow! Little bastard. There we go, I got my first sting. Right through my suit. How good. It's alright. Had to happen at some point, didn't it? Right through the suit. And we'll put this other empty frame here. So what I've done is I've got full frame, full frame, full frame, empty frame, full frame, empty frame, full frame, empty frame. Taken one of the honey ones out, put it into here, and then there's two in the middle here, which one's got the queen on and the other one is sort of open brood as well, so that it encourages the bees to come up into that second box. Right, what I'm going to do now is stop bothering these girls, because they've been insanely patient with me up until this point. Put them on. Okay. There we go, second box is on. So now, the queen excluder, I'm going to slide it on so that it gives them a chance to move. Oh, there's a bit of burr comb there. Slide it on, gives them a chance to move. Right, there we go. So there's the queen excluder. She can't get up through here. And then I can put the honey box back on. Oh, jeepers! Oh my god, that's heavy. Oh. Oh my word. Ow. There's another sting. Yeah, they're pissed off today. Yeah, pissed off today. And I'm sorry. Got to remember extra backup for my smoker. Because obviously a smoker is very necessary when your colony is getting this big. Yeah, I got another sting under my arm. There we go, right in the armpit. And I've got to extend this now because there's an extra box on top. I do just want to make sure that the queen hasn't actually jumped out down there. Just want to make sure that she is not in there. No, she's not there. That's good. Keep those boxes nice and secure. And there we go. We have a beehive with 1, 2 brood boxes, queen excluder, honey super, which the frames have now been switched around a little bit so they start building on those emptier ones. Yes, I've bothered them. They're bearding. That's what they call it when they gather on the front, but they will find their way back in. Their queen is in here already, so having her in there will draw the bees up into that box, and they'll start working on that one and filling out those empty frames I've put in. The different types of bees that you'll find buzzing around the hive very quickly is your nurse bees. They're the younger ones, and they're the ones who will take care of the eggs, the larvae, the brood. They will cap the honey, they'll look after the queen. They generally do a pretty good job of processing the nectar to turn it into honey as well. The worker bees are the ones who are in and out the hive all day, collecting the nectar, collecting the honey, and coming back in and just placing it in in the cells for those workers, for the nurse bees to do what they need to do. And then you got the queen, of course. She's the big one who goes off for a mating flight at the start of her life. She'll mate once in her life and she'll lay eggs for the rest of her life. And then, of course, you've got the drones, which are the male bees. They're the big lads. They're quite big bulbous eyes. Not really good for much apart from mating and eating honey. And how can I forget the guard bees? They're the ones who will sit at the entrance to the hive and keep out any intruders or other bees that come to rob the hive. So beekeepers, no matter whether they're brand new or they've been doing it forever, it's always a learning curve, right? You're always learning something new, and every colony is so different. And I think the thing that I've learned today is to have like 3 or 4 different backups for my smoker, because those bees got seriously annoyed with me today, and I got stung twice. Once down on my leg, and one I think under here. And I've said it's not the thickest of suits, but the funny thing is I'm wearing shorts under here, and I brought my jeans with the intention of putting them on. I forgot to do it, and now I've been stung in the leg. But that's all right, that's part and parcel of it. And luckily I'm not allergic to bee stings. But the thing is, that aside is, yes, have the means to light the smoker. I absolutely could have done with the smoker today. But at the end of the day, I've got that second box on. I've played around with the honey super and moved some frames so that the bees start building that out. And we'll have some honey at the end of summer, which would be fantastic. So another successful, I would say successful, 99% successful. Another 99% successful visit for episode 4 of Mind Your Buzzness. So thank you for following, really do appreciate it. I love doing this, and hopefully you enjoy watching them too. Give me any feedback, really appreciate it. And I'll leave you with this joke. How do bees get in contact with each other? They pick up their phone and give each other a buzz. Whoa. Catch ya.